All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I apologize for the shaky video. I'm actually road tripping right now, and so this might be a video where you just kind of put it down on your lap and just listen. But I want to send you guys this message because it's spring break. I've been talking to a lot of you guys on YouTube, in coaching calls, in my six-figure pressure washing program. Okay, by the way, that it's half off, $20 up until the end of March. So you literally have 1 week left. If you guys want to jump in my program, it's half off. Great opportunity. But anyway, this video will most likely be titled something along the lines of the biggest mistake, or a mistake that a lot of new pressure washing business owners are making, okay? And it really revolves around the meet and greet and what are we doing on the estimate? Because I've talked to 3 people in the last week on coaching calls and in my group that run into this issue. A couple of different issues, but a lot of it is solved with a meet and greet. And if you can solve this one thing, it'll really help you not only propel your business moving forward and eliminate issues, eliminate miscommunications, but it'll also ensure you guys get good Google 5-star reviews, and obviously your business will grow. This is the one thing I'm seeing, is people are showing up to jobs and they run into a situation where they give a price to a customer, they show up to a job, and then all of a sudden they're washing the house and they come across oxidation. They come across some kind of stain. They come across some kind of marking. For Austin, there's oxidation on the siding. I did a finger test and I noticed it while I was on the house wash. What do I do? How do I fix it? I'm assuming the customer is gonna want that fix. And my response is, well, are they? What was that conversation like with your customer? You see, here's what we're doing, where I see a lot of people, new people coming into the business they're doing, and I was guilty of this too, is we're so excited to land the business where we kind of completely, disregard these very important conversations that we have with our customers on the beginning end, where we just simply say, hey, you want your house washed? Great, it's gonna be this price, and we'll do it on this day? Great, and that's the conclusion of that conversation. That's literally how the conversation goes. You want a house wash? Here's the price, I'll come out there and do it. But what happens on these house washes is you get there and you run into stuff. There's gonna be stuff on a property that needs to be talked about. So what we need to be doing with our house washes, or on any kind of work, customer calls in, hey, I wanna get my house wash cleaned, okay? You set an estimate, you go there in person. A lot of this has to be done in person, it can't be done online, which is one of the reasons I don't like online estimates, because you can run into issues. What happens if you get to a house and you do a quote online and they accept it, and you get to the house and there's all kinds of issues with the house? What if the homeowners aren't there? Right? Or what if you don't notice it until the job's after the job's already complete, and the homeowner comes back and calls you out on all these things? You know that you didn't cause those things, but the homeowner doesn't know that, right? There wasn't these conversations beforehand, okay? So perfect example right there. But we need to be having conversations with our customers in person, right? A customer says, hey, I want to get my house washed. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I know you want your house washed, but what are your pain points? What around the house is what's going on around the house that is causing you to give us a call today? Well, Austin, it's just the mold, the mildew, and just some dinge right there. I kind of want to get removed. Okay, great. Well, and I know, I'm talking to you, the viewer, watching this video. And I know that a house wash is going to remove all organics. Okay, so that's mold, mildew, algae, dirt daubers, cobwebs, and wasp nests. Okay, great. Our customer expectations are set. We can then walk around the house, right? And we can just point out stuff. Maybe they got some stains, maybe they got some oxidation. You do an oxidation test and you have that conversation with your customer. Say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, I just did a swipe on the siding and I had some paint come off on my finger, and I'm seeing that there's oxidation here. I just want to let you know right now that this is not something that's going to be fixed by our house washing process. It will most likely, or as a chance of being further disturbed by the house washing process. Now, the house can still get cleaned, but I have to let you know that this issue with the paint is still going to be there, and it's not going to be fixed by me. It really needs to get repainted, right? These conversations need to happen beforehand, because what I'm seeing recently is a lot of guys are texting me and they're saying, Austin, I'm at a job and this won't come off, right? Or I'm running into this issue. And I was like, hold on a second. If you have these conversations beforehand with your customers, and you set expectations, a house wash only removes organic growth, okay? Mold, mildew, cobwebs, dirt daubers, right? When you first get to an estimate, you want to ask them, why am I here today, right? Because a customer, if you don't have that conversation, a customer just might be ignorant enough to think that pressure washing will solve all their house's problems. It's gonna take away inorganic stains. It's gonna fix my oxidation. It's gonna fix my frickin', stubborn things that won't come off on my stonework. It'll fix efflorescent staining. It's going to fix everything, right? You got to be the professional to tell them, hey, let's come down to planet Earth. Pressure washing solves mold, mildew growth, okay, algae, dirt daubers, cobwebs, wasp nests, things that are on the surface level. We can use organic cleaning, antimicrobial solutions, bleach, and you guys know it's bleach, to clean this organic growth, right? That's what a house wash is. We clean the organics of the house. And if you don't set that up or tee that up for your customers in the very, very beginning, you can run into a situation, particularly of some of these phone calls I've been getting, where people are on the job site and they're in a pickle. Like, Austin, we didn't really talk about this mark that's on the side of their house, but I'm not sure, I think they want that removed. Well, you need to tell them that that's not going to come off. And guess what? That's a much harder conversation to have after you guys are midway through the job or after the job is complete rather than before. Because if you're midway through a job and you didn't do setting any customer expectations on what they can expect, on what's going to get cleaned and what's not going to get cleaned, you'll be midway through a job running into the issue that I've run into before when I first got started, and many people have as well, where you're trying to clean something and it won't come clean. And most of the time, the messages that I'm getting, they're in organic staining, right? But did you tell the customer that it was going to get cleaned beforehand? Okay, so this comes to, being a professional, being educated, knowing what can come clean and what can come clean. Set proper customer expectations. Mr. and Mrs. Customer, what are you looking here for today? I understand you called me for the house wash, but, can you point out some things? What are your pain points? Oh, Austin, the mold and mildew in that corner and this. Okay, then we know that that's going to get cleaned. But you can go to a house and they'll start calling all kinds of crazy things. I want the oil removed from the driveway. I want this inorganic stain removed several inches deep below some stonework. That's just, no one's going to clean that. You can't clean that stuff, right? Just rust, and you can clean some of these inorganic staining, but that's not what a traditional house wash is. And you guys can get yourselves into pickles by A, not knowing what you're talking about, but B, not talking to your customers, right? You talk to your customers and you educate them on what they can expect. You set proper expectations. That's going to elevate your status in the customer's eyes as who they're going to hire on their property. You come over to their house and you set proper expectations and you teach them what can come clean and what can't come clean. You walk them around the property. Look, some people out there haven't walked around their property in years. Literally, see people will pull into the driveway, walk in the front door, and that's literally what they do around their house. They haven't been to the opposite north side of their house in years. They have landscaping crews. They don't go there. There's no reason. It's just a blank wall. But lo and behold, on that wall is some kind of inorganic staining. And when you walk around the house, after the job is complete, they're going to go to some of these areas that they may have not walked by on a daily basis. And they're going to say, hey, what's that right there? What is that stain right there? Why didn't that come off? Well, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, that doesn't really come off with the house wash, and that's going to be a much harder conversation to overcome at the very, very end, especially when you're asking them for, a large amount of money, several $100s to clean a house. That's a fair amount of money, right? It's difficult to ask to have that conversation with them after the work is completed and there's an expectation of getting paid versus calling all of this stuff out on the back end. You call all of this stuff on the back end, your status in the customer's eyes is going to be elevated. They're going to have further trust for you. It's going to save these headaches that happen on a job that are due to, why is this not coming clean? Why is this? Why is that? Now, if you're having an organic stain removal problem, like mildew isn't coming off, that's a simple fix. You probably need to go higher in your bleach percentage and your strength. Mold mildew will come off with the right strength. Okay, so if that's not coming, if you're having an issue with that, you're not going strong enough. There's some kind of issue there. But just markings on a house, like paint splatter on a house that we don't really deal with. That's not a job for us. That's not going to come out on the house wash. Maybe there's a big scuff on the siding, on the wood or stucco siding, and the customer didn't know that before because they didn't walk around the house and see that, but because you didn't call it out, and then you wait until after the house wash is complete, and now you're walking them around the house, and then now they're seeing stuff, they might not be entitled to believe that was there before you got there, and they might point the finger at you. Look, I've been doing this for 6 years, and I've, hundreds of jobs. We have over 3,500 clients at this point. I have seen it all. there are good clients and there are less than perfect clients, okay, that will cause some headaches. And it's just a rule of thumb that you do this rule across the board. You show up in person, you give an estimate, you set proper expectations, you tell them what will be cleaned and what won't be cleaned, what you're there to do, what the house washing process entails. We're going to clean the exterior of the gutter lines. It's going to include the soffits, the fascia, all the way down to the siding, down to the foundation. We're going to remove the mold, the mildew, the algae, the cobwebs, the dirt daubers, the wasp nests. We're not going to remove the rust stains. We're not going to remove red clay stains unless we upcharge for it. The scuff on the wall or the scuff on the siding will still be there after we're done. The oxidation on the wall will not be fixed. That needs to be handled by a painter. And hey, this is where you elevate your status in the eyes of the customer again with a nice referral, a painter referral. That will elevate you right there. Especially if you're walking the customer beforehand, you're calling stuff out. Hey, I got a guy for that. Okay, that's going to elevate your status in the eyes of the customer. So, have these conversations. Guess what? These are going to land you 5-star reviews. 5-star reviews are so important, guys. It's everything in the service business realm. Everyone looks at reviews. And that's the second part of this video, is have a plan to get 5-star reviews. I just talked to a guy earlier today, and he's doing a great job. You know, we're working on some things, but look, he had 11 reviews and being in business for a year and has done over 200 jobs, okay? So that's 10% of the time, 10% of the work that he's completed, he's landed a review. I'm sorry, 5% of the time. 200 jobs, 11 reviews. That's about 5% of the time he's getting a review. That's a problem, okay? So what are we doing or not doing to help us land a 5-star review? Well, it's all in the setup. You get a call for an estimate. Hey, you know, looking for an estimate. Hey, this is Austin with Activate Pressure Washing. That's fantastic. I'd love to come out there and show you what a 5-star experience is all about. When can I show? When's a good time where I can come out there and meet you in person, shake your hand, and we can go over the work? Okay, that's one little plant I just planted in their head that I'm going to give them a 5-star experience. Right? I show up for the estimate. Hey, we're walking around and we're pointing out stuff. Most of which what will come clean and won't come clean. And then I ask for the business, I give them the price, and I say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, this is the price to do the completed work. I look forward to giving you a 5-star experience. And at the end, I hope we can earn a 5-star review. That's the second time I've just planted in their ear that I am looking for a 5-star review from them. Okay, so that is in their ear. They know that I want a 5-star review. We show up, and then furthermore, we show up for the job, our crew. And I used to do this when I was on the truck, but I'm not on the truck anymore, but our crew. We show up there, we do a complete walk around, we go over the scope of work. This is what we're here to do. Is that correct? Because sometimes there's discrepancies and sometimes we make mistakes when scheduling work. Maybe we miss a service item on the work order. We confirm the work order. Hey, great, you know, we're gonna knock out the work, we're gonna do a killer job for you. And by the end, I just hope that I'll earn a 5-star review from you, right? That's the third time I just planted in their head that I'm looking for a 5-star review, right? And then that goes all the way to the 4th time when we have just completed the work. I make sure the customer's happy, right? Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Customer, does everything look fantastic? Have we exceeded expectations? Look at that window. Look how good that looks. Look at the siding. Look at the crazy transformation. Look at these before and after pictures I sent to you a few minutes ago. Did you get those? Look how crazy that is, right? Yeah, Austin, that's amazing. I just can't believe it. I've never seen this driveway this clean in my life. That's awesome. Well, how did you want to secure payment today? We can do debit, credit, check, get the payment from them, and say, hey, did I earn a 5-star review from you? If I were to send you can I send you my GMB link, and can you leave me, if you have a few seconds, can you leave me a review? That would just be great, right? And they say yes, send them the link right there. They're prepared for that because you've said, this will be the 4th time you've said the Google reviews. So look, 3,700 clients, over 600 reviews. That's almost 20%, okay? I figure the 15 to 25% range of the clients that you do work for are gonna leave you a review. I wanna say that's pretty standard in the service business realm. So look at your total work that you've completed as far as jobs or customers, and look how many reviews you have. You should be in the 20 to 30% range. That's just from my findings. That seems to make sense. And that's going to get better if you set them up and you tee them up for that. Tee them up for the review, right? Our guys are actually incentivized to go out there and ask for reviews. If they get a review and it mentions their name, they get a bonus, right? 10, 20 bucks, right? These are all things that you can implement in your business. Don't expect to go to a job and then call them or text them after and say, hey, if you got some time, I'd love a 5-star review from you, okay? A lot of the times they're not going to do that. It goes in beyond their head. It just goes right over their head. With us, they feel silly not giving us a review. Why? Because we've said it multiple times and asked for it multiple times throughout the whole sales process. And then at the end, I literally asked them, hey, did I earn a 5-star review from you today? Because if not, I want to do what I can to get it to a 5. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, where are we at? Oh, it was a 7. Okay, what do I need to do to get to a 10? Do I need to fix some windows? What do we need to do? We're not going to leave here until you get a 5-star experience. 6 years in business, 600 reviews. That's just some of the stuff that we do, okay? That all translates into building trust, elevating the eyes, our status in the eyes of the customer, elevates our Google online presence. Everything's intertwined, guys. So have better conversations with your customers. That will fix a lot of issues in the field. And ask for your reviews. Ask for good reviews, okay? It's springtime. This is where it's time to lock in, get locked and loaded, and get ready to go. So again, I appreciate you guys tuning in for this video, another truck talk. Again, guys, if you guys want to tune into my program, it's literally $19.99 for the month of March, only a few days left. So I'm super excited to see you guys in there. Subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below what you want to see next, and I'd love to see you on the next video. Peace.